Hey, welcome to the Long Island Sound. Hi, I'm Steve Yusko, the host. I guess you can call myself a renegade going down the rabbit hole of Ren's artistry, and I'm about to go and take a look at Sick Boy. Haven't watched it at all. I know there's controversy of how it got removed off the internet and this fight that he's having, but I'm going to give you my impressions. What are my credentials? Hey, I'm 64. I love music. I wanted to get out of the bubble of Laurel Canyon, which I love. Neil Young, U2, Bruce Springsteen. I can go on and on. And this channel is all about music discovery. And thanks again, Rachel, for introducing me to Ren Gill, the amazing artistry, as we take another deep dive into Sick Boy. Let's check it out. All right, kind of ominous.
Have you ever heard the story of Prometheus? Let me start somewhere near the end. After the Great Collapse, the sick were rounded up like rabid stray dogs. Those who were strong enough were put to work in subterranean farms. First, they would be stripped of all dignity afforded to a human. Then, their bodies would be decontaminated and purged of the stench from the surface.
All right, I got to stop it right there, and I will go and bring it back a couple of paces. What kind of jumped out at me was dehumanizing people and separating them out. In the Nazi era, during World War II, that's what I'm seeing here. And let's see where it takes us. And then I'll do a deep dive into Prometheus because I got to brush up on that education.
The dignity afforded to a human, then their bodies would be decontaminated and purged of the stench from the surface. In order to create an effective cog, you must first bleed it of all autonomy and free will. He or she must stop being human and become a limb. Those who were deemed too sick for work were discarded. To keep them alive would only further drain the earth of vital resources. It was a kindness to let them die.
It was a kindness to let them die. Man, that just jumps out at me as far as an animal, as opposed to a human. So, dehumanize. I mean, you hear it in our politics. I hate to say it. In the United States, the dehumanizing of immigrants is leading to fascism.
He or she must stop being human and become a limb. Those who were deemed too sick for work were discarded. To keep them alive would only further drain the earth of vital resources. It was a kindness to let them die. For years, this is how the program would run. But, like many systems that came before it, it was at the mercy of chaos theory. Chaos theory is often misunderstood. It is an oxymoron, a determined element of chaos.
I got to stop it right there, that determined. And I keep on rolling into politics because it's so prevalent here in the United States and gets me worried and calls me to action. This chaos, this determined chaos that's out there. You could see the orange guy, you know who I'm talking about. That's his MO. Distraction, chaos, say outlandish things. And he actually is the puppet master of the media. Because guess what? That's what they focus on. Can you believe what he said now, what he did today to take us off the Epstein files and the things that matter and the victims? There's no empathy for the victims of this guy. So there is that mayhem, and now he's taking over or forcing his own people, his Gestapo MAGA people who cow down to him, CBS, Paramount, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I can go on and on. Let's get back to it.
Chaos theory is often misunderstood. It is an oxymoron, a determined element of chaos, one that can send a whole system spiraling into mayhem.
Obviously, that imagery of the double X, which I've seen on T-shirts from Ren, it points to me to the Matrix. You get plugged in. We're all getting plugged into AI as it learns us. Could go on about that. That's what just kind of jumped out at me.
There was a prophecy. It told of a genetic anomaly, a human girl whose DNA harbored immunity to the virus, a blueprint for the future. For decades, the humans searched, setting up a global infrastructure of testing facilities in vain. With time, the candle of hope burnt down to a blackened wick. Whispers of the prophecy could still be caught traveling on the wind between members of the sick. Rivaling factions saw it as nothing but a dying superstition. Others clung to it like an amulet of hope. The rich and the elite, of course, used it as a method of control. Desperation is a powerful drug.
From my background of those who know, having previously been a permanent deacon in the Catholic Church, you can't help but have religious imagery pop out at you, and the crown of thorns on Christ kind of jump out at me here. I could just be projecting for sure. The red hood and the open briefcase, again, a Tarantino type of influence on that. I don't know if light is coming from that, but we'll see in a moment.
And the elite, of course, used it as a method of control. Desperation is a powerful drug. Above fear, above loyalty to the party, the Dominion understood this and used it to their advantage.
Ooh, I just saw something else. Let's see if you spot what I spotted. The Virgin Mary statue with her back to the camera. I'll bring it back. Let's see if you spot it.
Desperation is a powerful drug. Above fear, above loyalty to the party, the Dominion understood this and used...
There it is. Okay. We see a cross, candles, sticks. Not sure what's between the cross and the candlesticks. The Virgin Mary statue facing the wrong way. Interesting.
Above loyalty to the party, the Dominion understood this and used it to their advantage. If you strip man of his basic needs, with enough time, he becomes a beast. Without shame and without morality. Primal. How ironic that the creations and brilliance of man should reduce him to his primal state. I guess with time, everything returns to source. While it was still part of protocol to test every subject for immunity to the virus, the outcome was predictable. There was no suspense. Any hope that testing would bear fruit died years ago. That is until we introduce chaos theory.
It's interesting. What I assume the good or the narrator is introducing chaos theory. Is this fighting fire with fire? I don't know. Hey, what do you think? Tell me in the comments below. By the way, I love the conversation that I have with the different renegades that correct me, point out other things, tell me, hey, you got to pause and go back 5 seconds. Thanks so much. And you know how to like and share. And if you could give a hype button, that helps me as well. So just having a shitload of fun with this. Okay, so there we have it. Okay, so this is the first Ren video where we don't see Ren. Maybe he's under one of those hoods. And we just hear a female narrator. So that's an interesting story. Really kind of just going less to music and more towards a video. What I would say is like a preamble to maybe to Sick Boy. Anyway, those are my initial thoughts on it. Please make comments, man. I try to respond to every comment that I come across, and talking to people all around the world. Man, this is so great. Anyway, as I say, be generous with your joy. Keep your spirits high. Let the music, Ren's music and video, take you on a journey. Be well, everyone. See you around. Hey, I'm not going to wait till next time. That was too short. And of course, Sick Boy episode 2 popped up. So, we're going to go there. Okay. Let me pull that up. All right. The two knuckleheads are watching the person who's dragged out.
You really got people working, huh? You don't look all that special.
If you're in the U.S., that looks like an ICE agent. Just saying. Obviously, I'm anti-ICE, the way they're treating people. Untrained scumbags, not following the Constitution, putting a bad name out there for legitimate police who follow the law and are here to protect us. These scumbags are the Gestapo. Anyway, I just had to say that.
You don't look all that special. You look weak. Eat. You know, it gets a little lonely in here. No one to talk to. Well, we deal with animals like you all the time. Eat up, princess.
This is so strange to me. I just had a conversation. I always bring the personal in. Not always, but I am going to bring it in here. My wife's nephew is a corrections officer, or was a corrections officer, and he gave us some interesting tales of what happens in treating even people who've committed serious crimes with respect, and they have additional eyes out for your well-being. And I asked him a question, because I did some work in a jail once. How do you not get so jaded that you look at everybody as a scumbag and a skell? And talking to a corrections officer at that time says it's really tough for the young guys. But if you hear any length of time, you can get to see the humanity. That's what I always hope for.
We deal with animals like you all the time. Eat up, princess. Wakey, wakey! I got your food. Sure hope this doesn't make you any more sick. Should have brought you some water. You know you could really hurt someone with this. You should be careful.
Ooh, shit. This is almost like a reference to the Matrix, the scenery in this, and that feeling of drowning. Interesting aspect of things.
Catch boy.
I can almost see in Ren's mind racing and what he went through with this illness when you're in solitary, where your mind goes and the imagery that comes up with it. Find it amazing. I'm not going back 5 seconds. I'll break my own rule here.
Hi everyone, this is your captain speaking. We are experiencing some choppy air and turbulence. The seatbelt sign will be on. Please remain in your seat. Thank you.
I like the use of the camera in the perspective of this person looking out. It really makes you kind of get inside their head, so to speak. What's amazing in this just quick couple of scenes, I'll go back a bit, is who's the good guy, who's the bad guy? That's where your head kind of goes if you want things to be in order. And the sick boy on the shirt. It's obviously a jailbreak. There's a fire going on. There's sirens going on. It's, man, just really bizarre. Again, no Ren music, so more film than music. There he is.
I really hope you're worth all of this effort. Better be right about you.
Wow, amazing. It ties back to me to the Matrix, I hope we're right about you. You're the Messiah, right? Are you the antidote to the craziness that's going on? Obviously, I'm going to go to sickboy.com, investigate a little bit more now that I have more information. But man, what a wild ride, and it's kind of relieving to see Ren at the end there. Okay, hey, thanks for joining me on this rabbit hole discovery of great music and art, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.